get those done as efficiently as I take my professional goals.
That's great, man. Okay, tell me, as a global employer engagement partner, how do you foster a sense of purpose and belonging among diverse teams spread across different locations?
How do I foster engagement?
Yeah.
Purpose. Okay. So see, for engagement is very 360. It's a 360-degree spiral for me. It's extremely dynamic. You can do a lot in engagement, and it just struck my mind. There's a teacher.
Yeah.
They have at least 20% more productivity than a regular employee working in a culture which may not be as engaged or as diverse.
Right.
So I think it's very important to attach a purpose to your engagement. And by that, I mean how deep your engagement purpose is, how if employees are able to connect enough on a deeper level with your engagement initiatives. For example, I think it was last year only, we have had a collaboration with, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to take names here, but we had a collaboration with the Fountain House PK. We were focusing a lot on mental health last year. So we collaborated with them. We had our volunteers from IBEX and we visited the place. We sort of engaged a purpose to the engagement, that we're doing something for people who are differently abled. So it is important to attach a purpose with any of your engagement initiatives. Whatever is closer to your heart, you should attach that purpose with your initiative in order for them, for people to take them more seriously.
Okay, that's great, ma'am. In your role as a tech recruiter, what strategies do you employ to attract and retain top talent in the competitive tech industry?
Oh, I think the tech industry is extremely competitive, and one really has to be on their toes in order to get it right. And I think the most important thing is to present a picture which is not entirely based on truth and reality, and expect people to sort of buy that. So people are, fortunately these days, the employees, the candidates, the resources, they're extremely well informed. They have their research done. They know the ins and outs about the company. They know the company profile. And if it's a referral program candidate, then the person may know a few people within your organization. So it is very critical to give them the real picture, for them to know that whatever this employer is telling me is based on truth, is based on reality. I think me being a very straight-headed person, if I have not been given the correct information or even the complete information, hiding information, they may come to you and confront you about things which you haven't informed them entirely during the onboarding process or the hiring process. So I think being being realistic with your candidate, with your resource is the key for me.
Okay, ma'am, can you provide an example of a successful tech recruiter? Do you know any example of this?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I missed that part of your question. So there was a time when back in the days, I think it was 2019 or 20, when I think the COVID hit the industry, or maybe it was before that. I can't really recall right now. So there was a time when we were really short-staffed, and we really wanted to have, there was a new clientage on board, and we really wanted some good resources ASAP. So what open houses essentially do is that you announce one day in the industry that you're going to have an open house. Anybody with certain amount of qualifications or anybody with certain amount of industry knowledge can drop by give their interview, and they maybe get hired there and then. So it's a very short hiring process, but extremely efficient if you do it in an efficient way. So I remember we had an internal open house, and we literally had people just dropping by. We interviewed them there and then. We had our checks done, and that was the fastest hiring I ever did in my career.
Okay.
And a few of the resources are still here from that hiring. So I did get a little criticism back then that this may not be as effective, or the resource may not last, and it's very short lived. Sure, it lasts and I get it right. So
Okay.
yeah, essentially it was, I believe it was one of my most cherished professional moments.
That's great, man.